Righto, welcome back. Part 2 of working through the issues with Richard's bike. So in part 1, we started looking at the brakes just to see if there was anything with a brake hanging somewhere, particularly at the front. And we had a catastrophic failure of the rear master cylinder and it distracted all our attention. That's now been not re-kitted, we didn't have a kit, but we just stripped it apart and cleaned it and reassembled it, and it is in and working now.
Yeah, really good now.
Good.
Yeah.
So now the front brake. Now we've come back again today with a hot rotor on one side and a cold rotor on the other. That may just be that one is a little bit tighter than the other and the brake takes the path of least resistance. We think it could also just be that it's not releasing that well on the right hand side. So we're going to go through the calipers and the master cylinder. So we've got no kits, but we're just going to pull it all down, have a look, make sure it's all kosher, clean it, reassemble it with new fluid and see how it goes from there. The weave and wobble scenario seems to have been taken up a little bit by the adjustment of that rear shock absorber. So we had one on a hard setting, one on a soft setting, on a notoriously flexible swing arm. So we hope that that's addressed that issue, and we also need to come and just check the headstock bearing because Richard's concerned that that is a bit...
Yeah, I think they're a bit tight.
Yeah. All right. So let's crack on.
Oh, it's pretty goopy and black.
Is it?
Well.
Right. So we're draining out some brake fluid.
Oh, dropped the washer.
We're just going to drain the brake fluid and then remove the master cylinder and remove the calipers and go through each of them.
Do you want to squeeze those brakes?
Yeah, mate.
Do you want to have a look at the colour of this shit?
It's pretty horrendous.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not getting full travel on that master cylinder either, just quietly. It's still hitting.
On that switch?
Mm.
Yeah. It's a shit.
So Richard's fitted the Kawasaki switches. It was actually him that put me onto them. But the master cylinder's
just hitting.
Just touching it. So we're going to have to do something there.
Yeah.
Of course, the sensible thing to do here would probably be to remove it from the bike so that you're not anywhere near here.
Yeah, or we can do that.
Mind you, we shouldn't have any fluid in it.
We'll be right. I think we'll just be careful.
Famous last words.
Yeah, there's a lot of children around like because of that, eh?
And how is it in there?
Black. Yucky. Ah.
It's pretty horrible. That's okay, we'll get through this.
So, where's that? I'll get a 10. Where's your 10?
What do you want? 10mm spanner?
10mm spanner, yeah. I don't know where all your spanners are.
Just use a little socket.
Yeah, okay. And I might loosen this before we get it off.
Yeah, crack that hose.
Crack that.
Definitely.
There we go.
Do you want to pop your mirror off? Is that particularly tight?
It will be because I hate the things vibrating around.
Okay, what size spanner?
Like that.
Is it getting any better?
Where's that going?
Into the bucket.
Good. Yeah, no, it's going off. Except that you can't undo it because it hits the...
It's the screen. Well, that's all right. We've got it loose. We can
take it off in a minute.
Yeah.
So where's that little doodad?
Do a little doodle.
Yeah. How we're looking there.
Good. Should be able to ping them off with your fingers.
Yeah. Up to. Right. That can stay there. Now I've just got to get this off. We've got a rag to wrap around this end of this hose.
Yep.
I don't want it.
what, one of the old tricks, mate.
Yeah.
Cut the fingertip off a glove.
Uh-huh.
Right, so we'll take the finger off the glove, get a bit of tape, if I can find some. Why am I so messy? Covering it up with a little condom.
Uh-huh. Little screwdriver.
Yep.
Or screw or something. Hang on, here we go. Keep holding that. Pull it back now.
Oh, yes, got a little clip in there.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get that now. You've got both hands on it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Right, one
Fixed.
master cylinder.
And we didn't even stuff up the probably unobtainable switch.
Okay, so we have our master cylinder here. Is pretty scummy. Although, you know, I don't think it's all blocked or anything, but that's okay. We'll give it a good clean.
Yeah.
Strip it apart, give it a good clean. Oh, look at that horrible poop just run out. Okay, 10mm Spaniard. Yesterday when I was filming the strip down of the rear master cylinder, I had neglected to turn on the microphone receiver, so it was all silent.
Ah. Yeah, this piston feels a bit stiff. It moves, but it doesn't move anywhere near as easy as the other one.
Alright, situation report. We had to do a bit of research on trying to get this rubber out, but I've managed to achieve it. It just presses down in there,
Yeah.
but it was somewhat problematic. There is a hole in this one, and it may or may not have been us, but I don't think it was in there. So now all we have in there is a circlip, but it is deep and it is small. I've cleaned out around it because it had a lot of build up in there, and I didn't want to drag a piston across
Dirt.
dirt. Oh, come on, you bastard. I'll get it with these pliers, but it's not going to be,
Oh, look.
can't see in there.
So close.
So close.
I got an idea.
Yeah, press
Yeah.
the piston down. I still need to be able to see though. It's not going to work. Let's put it in the vise. Just about have it. I reckon once you get it squeezed again, if you let the piston go, the spring will help push it up.
You're a f***ing legend.
Excellent.
Girding, you're a f***ing legend.
There you go. Alright. Alright, so what we just did was this circlip is the piston assembly. This circlip was not a bit hard to get to. You need a very small pair of circlip pliers, and we had to depress the piston to be able to get the pliers in there, and then once we had it squeezed, just release the piston and let it all drive out. But there you go. So we got circlip, spring and seal, and this is our keeping it away from the earth seal. Now if we shine that light in there, the vent port is clear. I've got the focus point here.
Yeah.
So now we just give that a good clean.
What's it look like in there?
Pretty cruddy. Yep.
Yeah, but it's actually cruddy but smooth and clean underneath.
Yeah, the bore's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, we'll just give it a good clean and then reassemble it, and we should be good to go with the master cylinder.
We're going to have to reuse this, but I think I'm going to have to try and buy a spare. Yeah,
Right, so this is why you don't throw anything out.
I never do.
I never do either. I went to dig up under the house and found another master cylinder, so it's going to become a donor. Richard's got a bit of damage on his cap, and we've got a damaged dust seal. So Richard's going to attempt to pull that apart while I continue here. Do you want to just hold that
Not really.
steady? No, that's not going to go anywhere.
Oh, beautiful.
That was tight though.
Yeah, I wonder if someone Loctited the bastards.
No, just corrosion.
I only need one screw. One of mine's bent, but the other one's
You
not.
want the cap though?
Oh yeah, I want the cap.
So I was just on earlier having a coffee before, and looking at my phone or computer or whatever I was looking at, and there was a comment on Facebook on the video by Errol Dodds. Say hi, Errol. Hi, Errol. Say hi, Errol.
Hi, Errol.
Hi, Errol.
Yeah.
Now, Errol mentioned that he was noticing your rear tyre, having been on a sidecar.
He's a bit flat.
It's a bit flat, and the sides have never been in contact with the road, so they're probably
Slippery.
Yeah, slippery. As a new tyre.
Yes, like we found the other day.
Yes, as we did find out the other day, Errol. So yeah, good point, mate. It wasn't unrealised at that stage. So it may be that the tyre will sort of come good. But if it doesn't, you might need to reinvest one day soon.
No.
Richard will get 15 years out of that tyre. Doesn't ride the bike that often.
No. 6,000, 7,000 kilometres in 20 years.
What we are going to try and do, though, is get him to the rally next year if he's not in America. And I don't think he will be. So, are we going to see a sidecar at the rally or a solo?
Oh, well, this is a good question.
That's an excellent question, I think. How are we going there?
Oh, all right.
I'm going to soak those seals.
Yeah. Yeah, it does need paint, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does need paint. If you didn't already know, this stuff is highly toxic and highly corrosive, and you need to dispose of it in a responsible manner. Hold the torch in there for me, please, mate. Can we get it down in there?
Wait, keep holding it down there. I reckon we can push it down.
I am. I'll just try and find my little screwdriver.
Do you want me to get it? Oh, you're right.
Click, click, click. That's in.
Wasn't as bad as we thought.
Yeah, no. The easiest way to remove the piston is using hydraulic fluid, and we've jury-rigged the old master cylinder that I used for the failed hydraulic clutch installation, and we're going to try and successfully
Ready?
pump the piston out. We might need to
bleed it first.
Yep.
Yeah. Doesn't feel like it's got any air in it now. I reckon we're good.
You got a hard lever there now?
Yeah, I had it up.
Right, I'll take the clamp off. There we go. Here it comes.
Top it up before we get any air in there.
Yeah, we're just using dirty old fluid. That's it, is it?
Oh, don't know. Is it?
No, not yet.
That should be it. Bucket.
Yep. Piston out. Oh, it's just a little spring clip.
Spring plate, yeah.
I'll dig it out in a minute.
All good.
All good. We'll just find the spanner to remove it. And
12.
okay, sit rep. We've got the one caliper. So where we're at now, we have the master cylinder stripped, cleaned, reassembled. We've got the left-hand caliper stripped, cleaned, reassembled. The right caliper was in a little bit worse condition. So it's, I actually had to remove the seals from this one and clean right in behind it and scrape all the crust off the seals with my thumbnail and reassemble it with some rubber grease. So that's ready to accept a piston now, except the piston's damaged. So it's got some pitting on there. Now where it operates, it's probably below where the sealing area is. But I'm sure that I'll have a spare piston somewhere, but I'm not organised enough and I can't find it. So Richard's gone home to try and, he's got another caliper at home and he's going to see if he's got the piston in it's any better, and we'll just use the best one of the two. Now, the moral to this story is that these old bikes, we don't ride them very often and they can sit for a long time and sometimes for many, many years. You need to service your brakes regularly. And I do. I just change the fluid in mine, probably in my Ducati, my wife's bike, my Honda, probably about 6 months ago. So you need to keep doing it.
Right.
All right, so our options are this gangrenous looking unit here with which has been gnawed on. The original one, which has got a really big bad score right where the seal wants to operate, and a back one. And the back ones, we could have used it, even though they're a bit different and a little bit longer. The seal area isn't that brilliant either. So the one that looks the worst up front is probably the best option we've got. So we're going to pop it in, and that'll do us until we can get a new piston. That make sense?
Yep. Stainless one, you reckon?
You concur?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what I got in mine, stainless.
Yeah. Do it once. Do it right.
I don't think I've got a stainless one in the back. Lovely. That'll be all right. Okay, so now we just need to finish assembling. What we're going to do is try and reverse bleed these brakes now. This vacuum brake bleeder also works as a pump, so you just change a valve and works as a pump. So we put our new fluid in. What I've done is I've got the banjo fitting cracked up here, so I'm going to try and push this oil up until we start to see fluid at the banjo fitting, which we do now, and it's dribbling out everywhere. Ollie, nicely.
Great.
A little bit too great.
Yeah. Do we need another rag?
Probably. It's on your guard. Just in behind the air compressor.
Oh, I'll get some, yeah, okay, rather than some that are already...
Yeah. So my plan was to do that and then do the other side until we saw fluid. But now I know we've got fluid there, I'm going to just pump up the other side till it gets to the top, to the master cylinder. But before we do that, we just need to nip up this bleed nipple. Yeah. Now we'll pump it up until it starts coming up to the master cylinder. You alright?
Yep.
It'll be blowing air up through the...
Yeah, it is. You can see it bubbling up a bit. Here.
Oil's there.
Yep. Oh!
How ugly?
Uh,
Sprayed everywhere?
no, it's not too bad. Just a few air bubbles coming up still. So just
I can't do anything about it, it's got pressure in it.
keep going. Oh, is it finished?
No,
Want to do a bit more?
I think it's still pushing.
Is it?
How much oil's in the master cylinder?
Oh, half a teaspoon. Teaspoon maybe.
I'm just pumping a bit more up. Is it
Yeah,
coming?
now it's pretty good. Pretty steady now, no bubbles.
Good.
Stop.
Has that made it stop?
Yeah, a few little bubbles came up, but not much. So, question. There's a little bit of dirty stuff in there. Do we mop that up with a piece of rag and throw it away?
Show me. No, you suck it up with a syringe.
Oh, okay, even better.
I just wanted to nip the bleed nipple, that was all.
Yeah. Right. So, slurp that up.
Slurp that up and then we'll top a little bit of fluid up in the top. And you can even mop it up with a rag if you wish.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's pretty good now.
Horrible toxic crap.
How's that looking? Might just...
Yeah, see if you can start to work the pistons down. Release it. Hold it in again. Okay, release it. Give it a few pumps. Hold it in. Where's our... What do I do with that 8mm bloody spanner now? Why do I get up and walk around with this shit?
What you can.
That's it. Okay, squeeze and hold. You got him?
Yep.
You happy with the amount of fluid you got in there?
Yeah.
You'll get it apart next time now.
Bit of luck.
Happy?
There we go. Yes. Right. Everything else is looking all right.
Got a brake?
Yep. Got a brake.
Good boy. Right, so we've got a brake again.
Yep. We've got a brake.
Calipers are cleaned. Calipers, we've thrown back together with the best of the bad lot of pistons. So Richard's probably going to go on the search now, I reckon, for a new set of pistons.
Yeah, I will.
So master cylinder clean, brakes clean, new fluid, everything's greased, should be happy. Go for a ride. See what's
Got
like.
rid of the horrible old treacle that was in there.
Got rid of the horrible old crap. So try it out, I guess I'll.
Much better.
Lovely, so they're now working.
Probably twice as good as they were.
Yeah, excellent.
Probably because there's two of them working.
Two of them working, or three of them working, we hope.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got brakes, and the wobble seems to have largely been taken care of by the fact that the shock absorbers weren't adjusted the same, and that's been sorted now, and there's new shocks on order.
Should be here on Monday.
Should be here on Monday.
Yeah. If you believe the postal tracking.
If you believe Australia Post.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and we'll be back with more from Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions. Bye for now.